Hello guys, my name is Audrey Grace. Welcome to my channel. I create cleaning, organizing, decorating, and decluttering videos just like this one. I post every third day at 3 p.m. Central. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so that you never miss an upload. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I organize and plan out my children's church curriculum. I am the director of my children's church program in my church, along with a friend of mine. I get all the curriculum from a website called kidsundayschool.com, and I'll leave the link down below just in case you want to check it out. But our children's church caters between kindergarten all the way to 3rd grade. My friend does the kindergarten side, and I do a whole different type of curriculum for them so that they can have more hands-on, they have more activities, and they get to learn more of the basics of the Bible. And then I do 1st through 3rd grade where we get a little bit more deep. They do play games, they do an activity, but we talk more in depth about the Bible. And we are going to be planning out the month of March. I usually am good about making sure that I am a month ahead. So we're already at the end of February, and I should have had the whole month of March already planned out and ready to go. But life happens, I got too busy, and it didn't happen that way, but that's what we're gonna do today. However, I already have a few lessons planned out already. These are some of my lesson plans. I think I need one more, and then the kindergarten curriculum still needs to be planned out for the whole month. So like I said, I will leave the link down below just in case you want to check out the website. I'll also give you a quick rundown of the way I do it and the things that I do so that you can maybe do it for yourself as well. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get started. So I'm going to show you everything that I use, and then we will get into the nitty-gritty of everything. So like I said, I get all of my curriculum from kidsundayschool.com. And I also use biblegateway.com, and this is where I get all of the Bible verses and the Bible stories. And I also use Google Drive, and I have 2 folders for 1st through 3rd and kindergarten. Okay, so this is kidsundayschool.com, and you'll have 2 tabs. One is grade school, that is what I use for 1st through 3rd grade. And then you'll have preschool, and I use that for kindergartners. It doesn't have to be for preschool kids, it's just, I use that just for younger kids. And then you have all these tabs right here. So if you're looking for a specific thing, you can go to one of these and find it quicker. And they also have some great options up here. You have teaching aids, bulletin boards, and printables. This site is great because it offers a lot of information and things to do so that your kids will never be bored. I'm going to start off with grade school because I have one more lesson that I need to complete. So I'm going to go to lessons. And there's several different options that you can use for curriculum, or you can make your own. See, you have all the parts of the Bible down here, you have Old Testament up here, and then you have New Testament down here, and then you have things that if you want to focus on specifically, like salvation, fruitful life, things like that. And then you have things for like holidays. So you have Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. Now, if you don't want to become a member, there are only a few options that you can use for free. So all the ones that have a green dot next to them are free. And then everything else that are purple, you'll have to buy a subscription for. I already have a subscription, and honestly, the subscription is to me, I think it's pretty cheap. It's only $50 per year. So it's not a monthly fee, it's not a weekly fee, it's a yearly fee. So $50 per year, and I think that's pretty nice. So there's several different types of curriculum schedules if you choose to go by them. There is a children's Sunday school curriculum schedule, there is a biblical timeline curriculum schedule, and there is a Bible lessons by book/verse. And then you can preview all the things that are just for members. The curriculum schedule that I use is the Sunday school curriculum schedule, and obviously I go to the 2019-2020. And here is all the lessons. And we're going to scroll down all the way to March because that is the month that we are working on right now. So I'm going to go over to my Google Drive. I'm going to go to the 1st and 3rd grade tab. And these are all the lessons that I have already done. And you'll see down here that I have a few ones that are from March. And these are the ones that I've already completed. And because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 Sundays in March, so I need to complete 2 more lessons for this month. So I'm going to go over here to Google Docs, and in my title, I am going to just put the date of when I am going to teach this lesson. So I'm going to teach this lesson on March 22nd. So that is what I'm going to title this document. And then I'm going to go back over here to the curriculum, and I'm going to find March 22nd, and I'm going to click on that. Okay, and this is what each lesson looks like. And what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to highlight all of this, copy it, and paste it over here. So now I have everything on this document. And now I'm going to go through each section and figure out if I want to keep it or not. And I often change the titles of these. So this is going to change to opening activity. And then I will open up this again. And I want to see what this word puzzle looks like. So I'm going to click on it. If I want to do it, I'll go ahead and make copies of it. And so I think that I will do this. And I usually have about 8 kids in my class, so I'm going to do 10 copies just in case. Printed that worksheet off, and then I looked to see if there's any directions or special things that I want to do, and it says down here to have the kids read Proverbs 10a, and so I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do that, and I'm going to go to my BibleGateway.com, and I'm going to go to Proverbs, and it said 10a. So people say good things about those who live right, but the words of the wicked only hide their violent plans. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. And I use the easy to read version just because I feel like it is more kid friendly. Kids are able to understand it more. And of course, I always explain the verses and the Bible story so that kids can understand even more. And that is it for the opening activity. And then I will go here and I will type in prayer. So this is our prayer time after the activity. And something fun that I have been doing with my kids is that if they choose to memorize the verse each week, they can gain points. And at the end of every month, however points they have, they can use them as like money to win prizes and treats and stuff like that. None of my kids actually memorize the verse, but it is always an option for them if they choose to. So the memory verse that they're going to do for March 22nd is Deuteronomy 28:2, and sometimes they'll have an activity for the verse. So it says, have the children look up this verse in their Bibles, then practice saying it several times. Then have them close their Bibles and answer who, what, why, and when. So I guess I'm assuming like who must obey God? We should. What will happen if you do obey God? Blessings will come. Why will blessings come? Because you obey God. And when will blessings come if you obey God? Okay. So then we get down to the actual story that we're going to do. And I always get rid of the time that it's supposed to take, because I mean, you never really know how long it's going to actually take. And so there's always an introduction, and it says count your blessings is a phrase we hear quite often. But what exactly are these blessings we should be counting? So then I'll read this to the kids, and then our Bible story today comes from Deuteronomy. So I'm going to go to my BibleGateway.com, and I'm going to go to Deuteronomy, and it was 28, 1 through 13 actually. So I'm going to highlight all of this. So usually for the story, they might have a game or an activity to do. In this case, they want the kids to go back through the verses and count the number of times they see the word blessing, blessed, or blessed. And I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to put it under the activity part. And then I go back through the verse, and I just get rid of these numbers, the verse numbers, and just make it all look like a giant paragraph, just so that I can have more room. Okay, so now it's just one big paragraph, which is what I want. And then I go down to the discussion questions, and sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I don't do it that often, just because I know that the kids are not really listening. They rather just not listen. They just tune me out. I know that. So it's kind of pointless to do questions. But sometimes I really try really hard to get them to listen, to understand what's going on, because that's what children's church is supposed to be. I'm supposed to be getting them to understand and learn and listen, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. I'm not going to keep these discussion questions. I'm just going to get rid of them. And then we're going to move on to class exercises. And before I decide to do them, I want to make sure that I want to do them. So the class activity they want to do is called Bursting with Blessings. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so it wants you to put each of these verses in a balloon and then blow them up. And then the kids are going to pop them. I'm not going to do this one just because the classroom that we're in is pretty close to the sanctuary, and I don't want popping balloon noises going off in the classroom. So we're not going to do that. We're going to skip that activity, and we're going to go to the next activity and see what that is about. So this activity is where you fill a cup of water all the way almost to the top, and then you'll place a Cheerio on top of the water. And the Cheerio is supposed to move to the side of the glass, and then you're supposed to have marbles, and you drop, and the marbles represent blessings. And every time you add a marble into the water, it's supposed to make the water level rise. And so it's an example of showing that your cup will be full when God gives you blessings. And I'm sorry if you hear a dog barking. My microphone is like super sensitive and it picks up everything. So you might hear my mouse clicking, you might hear me type on the keyboard, you might hear that dog that's across the street, by the way. That's how good this microphone is. That dog is across the street and it can still pick up its bark. The thing is that we don't have a lot of time in the children's church program to do a whole lot. We don't have a lot of time to do a lot of things. So I think instead of this one, the God Many Blessings, I'm going to go to the next one, which is application. And that usually has an activity in it as well. So the application is pretty much to wrap everything up and to do one last understanding of what our lesson is about. And so this one says, as you can tell by now, blessings are all around us, but we should not just take them for granted. God gives us blessings like the rain to keep things green and growing, the food we have to eat, people who care for us, a place to worship God, clothes to wear, friends, homes to keep us warm and dry, soft beds to sleep on, and the list goes on and on. Like in the words of an old hymn by Johnson Oatman Jr. So count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. So sometime today, think about all the blessings God has given you. Write them down as a list if you like. Then take a few moments and thank Him in prayer. So I think I'm going to have this bottom sentence to be the activity that they do. Write down many blessings as they can think of. And so then I'm just going to get rid of all this because I don't use it. And that is pretty much how I do everything. And then I go back through and I bold all of these sections. Okay, so I am satisfied with the way this lesson plan looks, and now I am going to print it out. Okay, so now you guys have seen what I do and how I get this stuff ready. So I'm just going to continue doing it with my other lessons, and I will pop back on here if I feel like I need to. Okay, so I finished all the lesson planning that I needed to do. This is my stack, and this is my friend's stack, and this is a whole month's worth of lessons. I have a red binder and my friend has a blue binder. Obviously, my friend has her binder with her right now, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to hole punch all of these papers so that they can go in this binder. We have one more lesson to do in February, which is tomorrow. So we're going to do this lesson, and I'm going to put in all of March's stuff in the binders. And then I will just give my friend all of her hole punched papers tomorrow so that she can have them. Okay, so everything is hole punched. If you can see that, everything is hole punched. And all of my lessons are in my binder. So I will give my friend her stuff tomorrow, and I can check that off my list now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some motivation to tackle some things that you really need to get done, whether it's cleaning, whether it's organizing, whether it's planning, getting things ready for an event or something. I hope it gave you motivation to get out there and tackle that task. And again, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and follow my Instagram at AudreyGrace475. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.